Hey everybody, we are live. It is Saturday evening in the UK, 7:30 p.m. on the dot. Welcome to the financialthing.com weekly live stream. Yes, it is a Saturday. Normally you would do Thursday, but things changed a little bit with the schedule this week. So welcome to everybody that is tuning in live. We're definitely going to be under an hour tonight, I can tell you that, because it's just going to happen. But we're going to be talking a little bit of peer-to-peer, not really too much in the news this week. It's been sort of a quiet peer-to-peer lending news week, but a few things. We're going to be talking about Wealthsimple. I've been getting so many emails over the last, I'd say, a month about these robo-investment companies and how has Wealthsimple been, is it something that should be invested through? So I want to show you my Wealthsimple account, which I've had since 2017 October, because I knew I was going to get asked a lot about these robo investing and whether they're worth it or not. So I'm going to show you my account. I don't have a big balance there because honestly I never thought that it would do very well, and never planned on really putting too much in. But I'll show you my account where it is today. We're about 3.5 years into it, and I'm going to kind of give you a comparison between if you'd invested through an index tracker or maybe the FTSE 100 or even cryptocurrency, how you would have fared by using Wealthsimple. So for anybody that doesn't know what Wealthsimple is, it's basically a robo investor. You give them your money. You can choose your investment risk allocation, whether you want to go high risk, medium risk, low risk, and they do on the investing for you. Put it into allocations. I'll show you what my allocations are, and I think I have mine on relatively. Yeah, I got mine, I think, set to the highest risk or second highest risk that you can put on there. But anyway, yeah, and don't forget also, let me show you March the 18th, which is going to be this Thursday. We're going to be doing the 1,000 subscriber giveaway madness, where I'm going to be spinning the wheel of fun, and we're going to be giving away cryptocurrency to all of you folks watching to say thank you for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. That is going to be on. Let me show you here on the screen so you can look at that. Here we go. Hopefully you can see that. March the 18th, 7:30 UK, 2:30 US Eastern Time. And you are going to need to have a cryptocurrency wallet in order to receive whatever you win. Probably going to be giving away Bitcoin and Ethereum, because those, I think, are the two coins that will be best to own at the moment. So if you want to sign up, you can sign up at Coinbase, is what I personally use. I have videos on my channel on how to do that. Here's the address right down here, coinbase.com/join /Samuel_NYC. And if you deposit money, £71, and invest £71 in Bitcoin or whatever coin you want, they give you a 10% bonus. So you get a little bit of an uptick there. But even if you don't want to invest anything and you don't have a wallet yet, you can still get one. Sometimes people have delays with receiving their account openings, but if it takes you a couple of weeks, I'll hold the price for you and I will transfer it right into your Coinbase account. It's very easy to do. I'll show you exactly how to do it. I'll give you instructions on it, and we're probably giving away like chunks of £25 at a time of crypto on March the 18th. So Thursday, don't miss it. It's going to be fun. We did it before. I think it was over Christmas. We gave away I think £175 of Amazon gift cards and Bitcoin. So hopefully if you won, your crypto will now be worth a lot more than what you won, because the prices have been going up a lot. So, and if you can do me a favor right now, just please hit that thumbs up button, as it helps really, really a lot with YouTube search algorithms. So hit that thumbs up right now if you can. Hopefully you can hear me and everybody is doing well today. Thank you for joining me again. So that's our little spiel. Also, don't forget our sponsor of this tonight is Cufflink. Here we go. Cufflink. Sorry about the things on my screen here. But Cufflink has generously sponsored this live stream. And they're going to be sponsoring the live stream for a year, which is incredibly generous of them. So thank you to Cufflink for doing that. And remember, you can sign up with them, get yourself a nice bonus too. They offer a really great cashback bonus, £4,000, up to £4,000. Join.cufflink.com/financial-thing. If you haven't got an account at Cufflink's good peer-to-peer lending company that I personally invest through, they are on my top 5 list. And yeah, super happy with Cufflink so far. I've been investing with them for, I think, coming up to 4 years, if I remember correctly. So yes, sign up with Cufflink. Show our sponsors some love. Let me turn that alpha here so you can see it. Yeah, sign up. Show Cufflink the love. If you like Cufflink, put it in the comments. If you don't like Cufflink, put it in the comments. Let me know what you think about them. Again, that is property-backed peer-to-peer lending and a generous sponsor of this YouTube live stream, which I'm able to come and do every week because of their help. So thank you to Narinda and Harry and the team over there. Excellent people. So yeah, that's Cufflink for you. Anyway, let's get to it. Just a quick hello to everybody on the screen tonight. We got Steve in Solihull, Alan Toombs, Sonny Basingstoke, Dividend Dave Dawson in Staffordshire, Keith Morris in Lincoln, Colin Perry in the Soggy Peak District, John Morgan from a man cave in Swindon. What do you have in your man cave? I'm very, very interested to know what's in that man cave. Mike is in windy Sutton, Southampton, home of the Southampton football team. I think at one time, or either is still sponsored by Cufflink. I'm not sure about that, but I remember they had a deal with Southampton Football Club. Phil from the Wirral is here. Aki Chak from freezing Accrington. John Day in Nottingham. A few or more viewers tonight, we shall see. Probably you know less, I would imagine, on a Saturday night, because we normally do it on a weekday evening. Sue Lund from Tenerife. Peter Vince from a moist Leatherhead. Sounds like you're describing a piece of chocolate cake. Debbie at Mixed Media Arts in Windy Cayman. Not a bad place to be. Paul Bagworth in Kenilworth. And Steve Thomas is here. Barry H. from Lee. I have no idea what that is. Robert Pates in Crete in Greece. And Tony Walton in Taunton, Somerset. Frank Mann in Swindon. Thank you very much for joining in. Yes, if you are an existing investor, they don't have any promotions at the moment in Cufflink. That promotion is for new investors, but you can get up to £4,000, which is in US money. I'm trying to do the conversions because we do have some people in the US watching. That'd be about $6,500 US. But unfortunately, I don't know. No, I don't think you can invest if you're a US resident. So sorry, you're out of luck. But you can do the coin-based promotion if you're in the US and you want to sign up and be here on the Thursday evening live stream. You do need to be on the stream live when we give away the money. But you can definitely sign up for a Coinbase account or a Binance account. Anyway, you can get a either a Bitcoin or an Ethereum wallet. And I'm going to let you choose whatever coin you want to for me to send you. So as long as you have a wallet address, I can totally give that crypto coin to you if you win it wherever you are in the world. Australia, England, America, Pakistan. Anywhere it's not banned. I'm sure some places they are banned, but... And also join the Facebook group, which is hopefully spam-free now. We do have a lot of these spammy people trying to get in, but they will not be victorious getting into the Facebook group. It's if you Google Financial Thing on Facebook, you'll find the link to the group. I'll see if I can post it. I know it's here somewhere. I'll post the link to the Financial Thing Facebook group. Come and join. We talk about all kinds of different things. Sometimes we talk about peer-to-peer lending. Sometimes we talk about cryptocurrency investing or stock market investing, to the chagrin of some people who are definitely not cryptocurrency fans, but I'll put the link in the chat for the Facebook group. Annabelle is here. Nyrin, ¿Cómo está? Annabelle from Spain, I believe, if I remember correctly. So again, hit that thumbs up if you can. We got 47 people watching, and thank you to the thumbs down, because that just makes me want to do better for you. So my goal is always never to have a thumbs down, but you know, if there's a thumbs down, that's okay too. But again, subscribe to the channel too if you're not a subscriber. You can see when new videos come out. I'll be posting a Trading 212 update video and see how the stock portfolio is doing over on Trading 212. Pretty heavy in cash at the moment, but be making a trade on Monday into oil and energy stocks. I'll show you what I'm going to do on Monday with that too. So let's get into the peer-to-peer lending news right now and see what's going on. LoanPad, again, they continue to increase their loan book. Again, if you not invest in LoanPad, definitely one of my top peer-to-peer lending companies over in the UK. They've increased from 20.7 million last time we did the stream and up to 21.5 million pounds. Our loan book is now secured by 56.4 million. So we have that average loan to value, which has actually decreased a couple of percent down to 38%. 54 loans now, up from 50. Still one default, 6 extended loans, which, you know, don't worry too much about extended loans, because a lot of these peer-to-peer lending companies are going to extend their loans in property development and bridging, because that's the way the market is right now. Nothing unusual there. They have 6 extended loans on the LoanPad platform, average loan size £399,000, and 2 loans currently being serviced by the Interest Coverage Provision Fund. So business as usual. If you want to get daily interest, you can do that at LoanPad. You're not going to make a ton of interest, about 3 to 4%, depending on which product you pick, but very low loan to value. I consider it to be lower risk category. You're going to get much better than the bank. So I got an email this week, Ford Bank dropping from 0.5% down to 0.4%. I probably would see 0.25% coming in the next couple of months. Maybe interest rates start to get a little bit of a bump, but I don't see anything significant happening with savings accounts. So you're just not going to get any money inside of a savings account. It does. If you want to get some interest, you're going to have to take a little bit of risk, and I think LoanPad offers a very manageable risk product. I certainly wouldn't put all of your eggs into any one of these investment company basket, but to have a nice diversified range over peer-to-peer, some cash, stocks and shares, some cryptocurrency, and if you can afford real estate, obviously that would be the ideal range. But yeah, definitely don't put your eggs all in one basket, and diversify, which is what I like to do. Unbolted, I noticed that they're going to be creating a new art finance product, which they're going to be giving out loans from 50,000 to 1.5 million pounds on art at 50% loan to value, while they'll be charging the borrower 1.1% in monthly interest or more. And Unbolted has been one of those companies that I've been very, very happy with so far. I do get a little concerned when these companies start to change direction, because I don't know what Unbolted's experience in art valuing is. We've seen it before with companies like Funding Secure, who took on art loans, and that really didn't work out too well. So I do tend to really watch when companies are starting to veer into different areas of what I consider high risk lending. Art is a very, very difficult business if you're not very experienced. And the thing is, if one of these borrowers loans money on art and then defaults, and it's a piece of art maybe that is not high demand, well, in order to sell it, there has to be a buyer, and especially very, very expensive pieces of art, maybe not so easy to find buyers depending on the artwork. And there's obviously some risk there. If the piece of art is misvalued and cannot be recovered for the amount lent on it, then that puts you as an investor at risk. I'm not a fan of art loans. I certainly wouldn't throw really any significant amount of money at art lending. I don't know enough about it. Don't care to know about it, to be honest. But Yeah, I'm going to really keep an eye on what Unbolted is doing in that space. I don't know how much they're going to make their business about art lending, but I'd prefer if they just stuck to gold and easy liquidated assets like that, because if you're an Unbolted investor, you'll see these emails come through probably weekly saying defaulted jewelry, defaulted watches being sold at auction this week, and then capital repaid from those auction sales, which is great. I mean, this is what you want to see. If you're somebody who's investing in peer-to-peer lending, you want to see quick and easy liquidations of assets that are attached to defaulted loans. A piece of art, not so easy to sell. A wooden boat, not so easy to sell. A race car, not so easy to sell. But gold, jewelry, diamonds, very easy to sell. So I am keeping an eye on that. Not really something that excites me a whole lot. And I always tell you this too, if you're an investor in any company and you're buying loans through any particular company and they change direction, really pay attention to that, because some misdirection can be bad for these companies, and there is really no loyalty when it comes to your money. You've got to be willing to make a move if things are not continuing as is. And we've seen it with peer-to-peer lending companies where they become successful at one thing and then they start to veer off direction into something else. And I hate it when they do that unless they have strong experience in that field. I just want them to continue as is and focus on what they know how to do to protect investors' capital. So if you feel uncomfortable with the way a company's going, don't be afraid to make a move if you can, whenever that happens. What else is going on? Yeah, it's really again, assets capital, those discounts have just been so low. If you want to get your money out, now is a great time to do it out of the QAA. I'm certainly not. I remain invested. I'm withdrawing interest now at this point, but I'm not rushing to get out. But we've seen those fees really drop down to almost nothing now. So if you want to have some liquidity there, Assets Capital is still offering that. Let me mute the phone. So that's pretty cool. I think as long as we see that liquidity remain at low discount rates, then that does show some consumer confidence and investor confidence in the Assets platform, the Assets Capital platform. Yeah, and people have been asking me about the other product that they offer, which is Assets Exchange. That's the property-backed investment model. I'm not really looking to get into that myself at the moment. The history on those has not been good. Not saying Assets doesn't have a way to make it better, but if we look at the history of some of the other companies that were doing shares in property, it really didn't work out very well. And I personally don't have any interest in going down that road again now at this point. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to have a chat with the Assets team about that product and get some more information on it to see if it is something that is worth looking into. But I haven't really seen anything in the peer-to-peer lending space that has made me go, wow, I would take some of my money and go into this. Aside of the companies that we already talk about, like Blend Network, Cufflink LoanPad, Unbolted remains to be seen. Octopus Choice moving out of the sector now at this point. So read something too about Lending Club, which is the big US company peer-to-peer lending that is exiting out of the retail loan space as far as peer-to-peer goes, and they still struggle profitability. I think they were 25 million pound loss, but they've underwritten a ton of loans. I mean, billions and billions of pounds of loans. But as these companies they struggle to scale and become profitable, that does create a bit of a problem at the end of the day. But not too much really exciting in the peer-to-peer space where I'm going, yes, I would totally want to jump into those. And I just updated my Where I Invest page on the Financial Thing website. If you want to follow along with that, you can. It really has remained unchanged. I mean, I've been just withdrawing interest payments out of the loans that I'm in now at this point, and then getting some capital back here and there. Lending Works is one of the companies that I'm drawing down on, and I think everything else is pretty much remaining the same at this point. So nothing to really report on that. And I'm going to be adding to that page. It's a work in progress, but as well as the peer-to-peer lending that I invest through, also I'm going to be showing my share portfolio on there, so you can see what I'm investing through in the share side, on the index tracker side, and also on the cryptocurrency side. For anybody that's interested in that space, I'm a big believer in the crypto space. I know some people out there are not. I see it on the Facebook group. Of course, a lot of skeptics, which totally understandable. This is a brand new asset class that I believe is going to get stronger and stronger, especially with Bitcoin itself. But there's going to be a lot of naysayers out there about it because they don't understand it. But we'll talk a little bit more about that tonight. Let me know too if have you invested in anything new in the peer-to-peer lending space. Put it in the comment if you've added to any of your positions within peer-to-peer lending, because sometimes there's things out there that I don't spot. Oh, by the way, April we're gonna have Frank from Lendery, which is they do the crypto peer-to-peer lending, so they loan money to traders through margin, and he's gonna come on the stream. And we're going to have a chat about the cryptocurrency situation and about Lendery and what they offer. It's something I've been looking at for a while. I find it really interesting what he's doing. They're based in Germany, and I'll let him explain it to you. It's a little bit more tricky to get your head around, but basically you're lending money to Lendery, who is lending it to crypto traders with automatic stop losses. So if for some reason they lose money, they get exited out automatically. So as far as I understand, of course there's risk, but because of the stop loss settings, so if they get down to their bottom where they're allowed. So for instance, you invest £100, they get to margin trade on £200. Your interest, say, is 15% a year, so you would be due £115. That trader cannot get their account lower than £115. If they have losses, it automatically sells them out, so they would exit out £115. So and that's done automatically. So it seems like I wouldn't say foolproof, definitely not foolproof, because it would all depend on liquidity and what happens in the markets. But you can get a pretty good interest rate return. Haven't quite delved into it yet. I'm still trying to get my head around how the system works and what the risks are. But he's going to come on and have a chat with me again, April 6th, maybe, whatever that, or it could be the 18th, but I'll post it. You'll get the email with the date on there, so that's going to be a guest. Also, again, reached out to Stuart Law from Assets Capital. He's just trying to figure a date that he can come on the stream with us, but he's really happy and excited to come on the stream and sort of have a chat with you about Assets Capital and what's going on there. And again, I'm trying to keep the guests sort of to a minimum. I don't want to have 3 or 4 guests a month. It'll likely only be 1 a month, if that. So just spacing them out. And I want to have interesting guests who have interesting investment opportunities that I think we probably want to look at. So that's exciting. Let's have a look at your comments here. Richard Pate says, again, I think assets are great. Most of them are already signed up. How about an incentive for existing investors instead of new investors? I'll talk to them about it and see what they say. Who knows? Maybe they're up for that. Again, if you can hit that like button, please. There's about 56 people watching now. We had over 60. And hit. I love the thumbs down. Thank you. I could pretty much figure who that was. Let's see. Annabelle says the things we give up to be here on the live stream, even our Saturday nights. Thank you very much, Annabelle. I really appreciate you being here. Hope you can join us on the 18th when we're going to give away the crypto coin. Helen Jackson says Cufflink do accept U.S. residents. Oh, okay. For some reason I didn't know if they did. So if you are in the U.S., you can invest through Cufflink in the U.K. I thought you had to have a a UK bank account, which is hard for US residents to do because they don't have addresses in the UK. Maybe they have a different setup now. Hi, Brian from Woburn. Better late than never. Cufflink, did you check out the latest accounts? Any news on why the auditor said bye-bye? Auditors rarely resign? I don't know, really. I need to ask Narinder about that. I just completely forgot. But I don't know why the auditors resign. Could be any number of reasons. Paul said, I see the Chinese are launching a cryptocurrency. Yeah, I stay away from anything Chinese, personally. But that's going to be interesting. The cryptocurrency space right now, for anybody, by the way, that has asked me, is it too late? I hear this all the time. And actually, there was an article that came out saying a third of investors were concerned that it's a third of investors polled think it's too late to invest in crypto. 1/3 of investors would not invest in crypto. They just think the price is too high. 29% of those surveyed for the report said that they would never have considered investing in cryptocurrency before the most recent bull run in Bitcoin, but right now they would invest. So a third say it's too late. A third want to invest, and this is the problem, right? And I've said this to you before. For all you naysayers about Bitcoin, you think it's going to go to zero. Right now, you're in the very early adoption phase. We had the phase one, which I consider the very speculative phase when Bitcoin was $1.250. It was hard to buy. You had to get it through Mt. Gox, and then you came into the phase that we're in right now, which is the early adoption phase, and this is when the institutions are starting to look at Bitcoin and invest. We had Michael Saylor from MicroStrategies buying another 10.5 million of Bitcoin last week. Visa are going to be getting involved in it, MasterCard probably at some point, and then you got PayPal. You got all kinds of things that are coming out, Ethereum 2.0, and this is just the beginning. Now, this article, which says 29% of those surveyed said they would never have considered investing before the most recent Bitcoin bull run, but now they would invest. This is when you're going to get into phase number 3, which is going to be the retail investors coming into the cryptocurrency space. And this is when I believe you're going to see these prices really just start to go through the roof, because once you get retail investors buying on mass adoption levels, then now the demand becomes much higher. Remember, we're in this decreasing amount of Bitcoins. The halving will happen in 2024. Then you'll see another huge price bump at that point. We're over $60,000 right now. We've hit the high again. Next price point, I think you're going to be looking at 73,000 US dollars. And of course, you're going to see volatility along the way, absolutely. But over the long term, we say Bitcoin elevators down, stairs up. So lifts down, stairs up. And, don't discount if you feel like it's too late. You can dollar pound cost average in, buy a little bit every month, and that way you're hitting the highs and lows, just like we do in index trackers. But I'm still a big believer in the crypto space. There's so many companies that are releasing products now based on the Ethereum token. We're seeing the NFTs, the non-fungible tokens. We saw a piece of art this week, digital art, go for $69 million on an NFT from Beeple. I mean, it's crazy. And you're just seeing the very beginning. This is not a fad as far as Bitcoin goes. Now, some of those other coins, of course, are going to end up crashing to zero probably. They're very speculative, but this is not a fad. Bitcoin is here to stay. And we saw this big U.S. stimulus package announced, $1.9 trillion of stimulus. And this is the type of predictions that Satoshi made in the white paper of 2008, 2009. If you want to read about the history of Bitcoin, this money printing was the reason why Bitcoin was created. And you can see those predictions from back in 2008 written to say that this printing is going to continue, and this is why we need a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin to be a store asset of value. So you're seeing it right before your eyes, and you're seeing it in the UK too. I mean, as a small business owner, I've been given 3 grants so far, and grant number 4 is coming, and grant number 5 will be coming, and somebody has to pay for that money, and the government just keeps on sending the money out. And I'm a small business owner. The amount that I'm getting is relatively small, but some of these other businesses are getting much bigger amounts of money, and you as a taxpayer are going to have to shoulder that eventually, and these chickens are all going to come home to roost. This is why Bitcoin is so important. Yes, it's going to be volatile now, but sometimes there's nothing wrong with volatility in investments. That's how you make money in investing, is volatility. So anyway, let me move on here, and I'm going to show you about Wealthsimple. Again, this is a robo trading company. Let me log in, and I'll share my screen. I'll show you my account, how we've been doing. Again, very, very small investment in here, about $750 US, 500 pounds. You can see here, this is the portfolio balance, 545 pounds. This is since October the 23rd, 2017. I've not deposited any more money than I did in that day. Again, this was just for testing purposes. I have no interest in having really even this much money in Wealthsimple, because I just don't think it's a great place to get returns. So we're looking at 20.7% time weighted, simple percentage about 21% returns. I mean, over, what do we talk about, 4 years? Not terrible, but this is what you're going to get with a robo investing product. This is what I'm invested in right here. It's 80% equities, 20% fixed income. So you can see the portfolio balance. This is the way they do it. You get put into a bucket of funds, and you can see the US has been the best performer here, 50.5%. This is what I've always been preaching about the US equity fund. The reason why I like it, again, no guarantee of historical performance. This is just what's happened in the past. We've seen Asia at 30%. I would imagine that the Asian market will start to do better, and as tech struggles maybe in the US, this number might start to dip a little bit. You can see our poor little UK equity down here has 8.1% returns. Yeah, crap, of course. My dislike for the FTSE 100 continues and will always continue. And if you are married to UK investing, I would highly suggest you look at these numbers right here, because these numbers don't lie. Okay? These numbers do not lie. This is, let me see if I can change this here. You can see I started with 450. That was the total deposit. So we're up to 545. Ultimately, somebody might look at that and go, great, you've made 95 pounds. Yes, but what has the opportunity cost been investing in this versus where I could have put that money somewhere else? That's the problem. So 8.1% US equity performance in the plus. You can see bonds have actually beaten the UK equities. That is sad. Okay, when a company bond is beating the UK equities, there's a serious problem there. Even the UK government bonds have almost done as good as the UK equities. That's very, very ridiculous. Yeah. So let me show this to you. This is my little slideshow presentation on, is Wealthsimple a good investment? Well, this is what we've returned. 20.1%, it's about 21% in simple interest between September 23rd and March 13th. We're talking about 3.5 years here of testing. Doesn't look terrible, right? And then you look at, what has our Vanguard Index Equity Fund done? 56%. So more than double on our Vanguard US Index Equity Tracker over that period. 20% up, so 56%. So if I'd have put that money into this tracker rather than Wealthsimple, I would have been much better off. FTSE 100, yes, down 10%. Well done, FTSE. You've done really badly for your investors. I really am a FTSE 100 hater. I mean, I'm sorry if you have money invested in a FTSE tracker. I know some shares in the FTSE have done okay, but as an overall, not been a good investment. Personally, I don't have any real money invested in the FTSE, nor will I ever have. Here we go, Bitcoin. Over that time, 900% returns on Bitcoin, 2017 to 2021. And the big winner, and obviously much higher risk, Ethereum, 14,000% return over that period. So God, if I had just put that 450 pounds into Ethereum, I'm shuddered to think how much it would have been worth, because Ethereum was about $12 for an Ethereum coin back then in September 2017, and now it's at 1,700 US. So there's the totals of all of them together. You can see from this date how things have done. Wealthsimple being a second worst performer. And obviously Ethereum best, Bitcoin next, and the index tracker, then Wealthsimple, and then the FTSE 100. So is Wealthsimple a good investment? That would be a absolute probably a no. It's very easy, but you can do it on your own. You don't need Wealthsimple. They're going to take fees from you to do that, and they're going to put your investment across too many things that are going to sort of dilute your returns. So if all of this money had been in these US equities, look at what the performance would have been. But the problem is these other things are weighted, and what are we talking about, 6 or 7% a year maybe, which doesn't seem terrible, but in this age of where the markets have been going up ridiculous amounts, this is just really not a great performance. So yeah, you can see this is the index tracker, October 23rd to 13th of March. We started down here at 411 pounds. This is the Vanguard US Index Equity Fund that I tout so highly, that I'm a big fan of. Last recorded price on the 12th of March was 643 pounds. So we've seen a big jump, of almost 200 pounds on that. So it's done really well. We can look at the Bitcoin price again of this is the Ethereum price back here, September 24th. Yeah, I misquoted that. It's not quite $12, $294. If you were lucky enough to get him back here in 2016, you could have gotten in for these ridiculously low prices, but hindsight is everything. So we've gone from 297 up to 1,748. So really good results on that. And if we look at the Bitcoin price over the 5 years, we were at September the 21st, $3,600 now. Today, hitting this price point of over 60,000. I think we're over 60K today on it. So again, hindsight, of course, always the 2020. Yeah, we got Bitcoin at just eclipsing 61,000 US at its all-time high. Today, Ethereum at $1,935. So Wealthsimple would not be something that I would put money in. Even if I was a very, very basic investor, I think you can do better by just investing in your own equity funds, your US equity fund. So let's look at the Trading 212 portfolio right now. As you can see here, and this always confused me, this investing amount right here. I thought it should always stay at what I just kind of honestly misread it. I thought that was always showing me how much I started with, and it doesn't. It just shows me what I've got invested. So right now we're sitting mostly in cash. You can see the account value is really done well. We're at 5,500 pounds total was the investment amount. 12,165 pounds sitting almost a little bit less than half in cash, which will be deployed probably on Monday into energy stocks. Two energy stocks, I think CE. Let me look. I got to remember what the name of it is because I don't want to say the wrong one. But I'm going to be putting money into this share Too Low Oil, which I had a small amount. And of course kicking myself now because this thing's up 84%. But that more money is going to go into this Too Low Oil, probably about half of the 5,000 to that. We are at a very high level, but I still can think this has got a lot of room to move. And the other one, I believe, is CE. Let me look. I wrote it Ceres, CWR. So Ceres, just take a look at the chart on Ceres. Ceres Power Holdings, we had a dip, and I wish I'd have gotten to it on Friday, but see, we had a pretty decent week, but a 1 day minus 5.5% dip on that. So this is where the rest of the money is going to go in this portfolio. Again, we really switched from stock. We had a lot of Magnite stock, MGNI, which did really well, almost hit 300% at some point, sold out around the 225% profit range. And now you can see pretty much cited the Lloyd's Bank shares, which have done well. This Aurora Cannabis, which is underperforming, but again, that's a little bit more of a long-term investment. So we're going to keep that in there and then put more in. We've got this Energy, Bonanza Creek, Laredo, LPI, which has done really well, up 54%. So that movement really of cyclical, moving around from tech into the cyclical oil stocks, not the way that I would ever advise people to do unless you're an advanced investor and you really follow the markets. Moving in and out of things can cost you money. It certainly has for me in the past, but it's working out so far. And we are, again, have made a profit of 60, a little bit over 6,000, I think, is the almost 7,000. So, you know, can't complain at all. Very happy. Again, not a huge amount of my liquid net worth goes into this type of investing, but I wanted to do it for the challenge, just show how hard it is to do, because trying to pick out winners is not easy. I've been very fortunate. I've had a couple of ones that have been in the red, like Aurora. Don't have too much invested, only 560 pounds. So that's what the portfolio is doing this week, and I'll be making an update video on that very soon, so you can see you know, how it's doing again compared to the tracker. Try to close this window out. Oh, I hate it when it goes into full. Hold on one sec. There we go. Oh no, don't do that. Sorry, the light is in the way. There we go. Exit full screen. There we go. Okay. So yeah, the portfolio is doing really well. Again, really not much peer-to-peer lending information this week because there just hasn't been anything really coming out that's been of interest. Capital Rise came out with their £100 million loan book spot that they've loaned out £100 million in central London real estate developments. I've kind of shied away from them because I've been concerned about the central London property market, and I thought I saw it as risky. So, but they seem to be moving forward. Never invested any money through them, but I do have an interview on my channel with Capital Rise's CEO. If you want to check that out, might be one to look at. Prop Lend continuing to move forward with their lending blend network too. So, but not really much to report. So I'm gonna, if you have any questions or comments, again, put them in the chat box. Again, hit the thumbs up. Come back on March 18th for the crypto giveaway. That's this Thursday. All being well, I'm still walking this earth. I will be here to do that. Let's see. Mike says, Unbolted were offered one of the MGFS paintings. Did pick up. It was dodgy. Yeah, art is not for me. Dave says, I think the team at Unvaulted look pretty experienced at pricing art. Yeah, could be. I don't know. I don't know anything about art. Hey, Chica Boy, nice to see you. Unbolted defaulted gold auction this week and nearly paid back in full. What was the LTV equivalent? Not really sure. They have so many different loans that have different LTVs. It could have been any amount. I'm not sure. They tend to keep their loan to values reasonable, but again, you'd have to be specific about which loan. I just see the emails that come in every week to my inbox saying this is defaulted, this has been paid back, this is defaulted, this has been paid back. So I will check into the Cufflink auditor. I'll ask Narinder about that. He's very transparent with me, so he's going to let me know. I'm sure if I ask him why the auditors quit. I don't know why they quit. Just coming up to my 6 month with Unbolted. We'll see how well they pay back. Absolutely. Any existing investors' thoughts on investing fund, apart from 6 to 7% and a 0.75% annum lender charge looks solid, but not many live loans. I'm trying to remember if I had been to see them. No, I don't think it was them. It might have been Just Ours. It could have been Investing Fund. Can't remember. But I didn't see anything in there that I really wanted to invest in myself. Chris Lingwood, finding a lot of cash drag with them bolted at the moment. Yeah, I haven't had that experience. I logged into my account this morning. I think there was £8 sitting in cash. So I guess it depends when you invested, Chris, when you put your money in. That changes weekly. Cufflink used to offer the odd incentive to current investors for investing new money. Sometimes they do. From time to time, they just don't have anything at the moment. Annabelle is the 18th is in the diary. Fear not. Just need to open an account ready for all my winnings. As Annabelle's talking about the crypto giveaway that we're going to be doing on March the 18th on Thursday. Get yourself a wallet address. You need to have a wallet address. You don't have to have it on the night of the stream, but if you want, I'll hold it for you. I'll hold the cryptocurrency, but you do have to have a wallet so I can transfer it to you. And I would tell you, by the way, if you win, don't sell it. Just hang on to it. Stuart said, it looks like you don't invest in Somo, previously known as Bridge Crowd. Any reason why not? Thoughts from anyone? I don't know why I don't invest in Bridge Crowd. I tend to look at these companies, and then if I'm not interested in them, I tend not to look at them anymore, and I think that might be the problem with Bridge Crowd. Some of them have relatively small portfolios as far as their lending history too. Maybe Bridge Crowd is different. I'll take a look. Let me see what their portfolio is right now. If they don't have more than, say, 10 million on their books, I tend to stay away until they grow a little bit more. Let's see what their results are. Oh, so yeah, I mean, Bridge Crowd has quite a big. They've got £140 million lent since January 2020. 12% returns. Just dropped down to 10.56 for 2019. Curious why they don't have 2020's results on there. Why it only goes up to 2019. 67 loans. How many loans did they write? Ooh, they did a lot in 2018. 149. Arrears and repossessions. 2.3%. In 2019, it's gone up a little bit. 0.7% 2017, so that's their default, which has risen from 0.7 to 0.9 to 2.1 to 2.3. Good profits. Yeah. I like their stats page. Let me show this to you. Anybody hasn't looked at Somo, maybe this is one that I need to look at. I like their stats page. This is cool here. Consistent profit since inception. I had a good year. If this is the profit for the year of 2019, 3.5 million. 0% capital losses. Let's see. Just wondering why they don't have 2020 statistics on here. 10.65%. Man, it could be one to look at. I don't know what their minimums are. How much do you have to... Are there any fees? Tell me. No. What are the risks? What return? Tell me how much I have to invest. That's what I want to know. Do you have a secondary market? Yes. That's good. What are the risks? Yes, lots of risks. Doesn't tell me how much I have to invest in each loan. Sometimes if they're £1,000 minimums, I tend not to invest in them because I don't want to put too much into any one company. If you're a high net worth lender, you could certainly look at that. But, you know, I'm going to check into Somo. I like the average loan to value up at 56%. That's nice. Second charge. What is this? Second charge, first charge. Wonder what those means. Is this the loans they have? First charge 352 loans. Second charge 422 loans. Is that what the deal is? Is it because they have... Do they do second charge lending? If it's second charge lending, then certainly a lot more risk involved. Who's your typical borrower? Property developers. Our maximum loan to value is 75%. I'm just interested to know if they're first or second charges for the majority. I hate second charge loans. If I was getting paid 10% for a second charge loan, I would never do it. I don't care what their history is. You know, it's just not worth it. Second charge loans are very, very risky. Unless there's some deal that, you know, the LTVs are just really low on the first charges. But there's just a lot of things that can happen to second charges. There's legal things that can happen to the first charge lender. They can create all kinds of problems for the person in the second position. So, yuck. Yeah, interesting. So, yeah, maybe Somo is one to look at. Thank you for sending that one through. If you have questions, put them in the stream. Thank you again to everybody that helped support getting the channel over 1,000 subs. Because now YouTube is paying us for the advertising. If you see ads at the beginning, just by having those ads playing helps out the channel and revenue and stuff like that. We, you know, financial thing is a business. We do have to make money. That's why we have this sponsorship over here by Cufflink. So I know a lot of you are already investors in Cufflink, but if you're not and you like Cufflink, tell your friends and family they can get some great cash back promotions. You know, just spread the word. If you like a certain company, go ahead and tell your friends, tell your family about them. And get them some cash back, because that helps boost up your returns too. If you get a 10% or a 20% bonus, that means your first year returns on what you invest are much better than what you're getting on the loans themselves. So thanks again to Cufflink for sponsoring this amazing YouTube live stream we do every week. Let's have a look, see if you have more questions. Natalie G said, will crypto Bitcoin have another cycle where it goes down again, or is it going to keep climbing? Got in high in 2017, hoping to get back in again at the lows if they ever happen again. Let me grab the crystal ball. This is the crypto coin crystal ball. Can you see anything in there about Bitcoin? I don't know, Natalie. I tell you, my hunch is that yes, crypto will go through another cycle. Historically, it has, just like the stock market will be volatile. There will be volatility. There will be dips where you can buy. The problem is you're not going to know what those levels of support on the bottom end are for where you should be coming in. That's what makes market timing so difficult. But yeah, the answer to your question, there will absolutely be more opportunities to buy in during a drop. I don't know what that drop price is going to be. Like I said, my next price target is going to be in the mid $70,000 range at this point. I predicted at the beginning of the year that we were going to be in the $50,000 range by summer. I was way off on that. I mean, we've already surpassed that, and now it's spring of this year. But do I think it could go back down into the 40,000 US range? Unlikely, but maybe. I don't think you're going to see anything in the 30s, but it's possible. And we've seen times where if something severe economic events happen in the world, people panic, the stock market's correct. Happened in March, could happen to crypto. It could lose 40% in a day, absolutely. But I'm a long-term holder in it, especially in Bitcoin, so I'm not really too concerned if it pops back down. But the way to get over that is to start buying and pound or dollar cost average in, which means every month you just buy every month consistently, and then you're riding through the highs and the lows. It's something that investors have been doing for decades, and stock market investors do it long term. They just take a portion of their salary and invest it every month in their pensions to ride through the highs and the lows of the dips of the stock market. And you can totally do the same thing in cryptocurrency. You can set up buy orders in Coinbase Pro to set those prices. I kind of ladder them through to where I'll set different price points. I think I got some buy orders at 32,000 pounds right now for Bitcoin that probably won't fill. I don't expect them to fill, but they're set in there. So if the price drops in the middle of the night 30-40%, those things will trigger and those trades will get executed. But the way to do it is just buy incrementally every month, and you don't have to worry too much about these highs and lows. But yeah, I think we'll cycle back down again for sure. There's a theory that crypto as an alternative currency has a built-in problem due to the relative slowness with which transactions are approved compared to Visa and PayPal. Yeah, so that's definitely something that's being worked on, and Ethereum is tackling that problem right now to be able to increase their transaction times by 100 times, make it 100 times quicker. There's also other currencies out there that are very, very fast processing times and that are very cheap. So again, you're in the very, very infancy of this technology and how it'll be used for payments. Bitcoin, again, never intended to be used for transactional. It's too slow. That's a store of asset like digital gold. But there are some coins out there that have very, very fast transaction times. But a lot of the coins right now are built using Ethereum. So once we see this Ethereum upgrade, hopefully, all of those coins will be able to use that transactional speed that Ethereum is going to offer. So there's a lot of innovation, a lot of exciting things that are going to be coming up in the next year. I think you're going to see a big price bump too. Depending on what happens with Ethereum, I'm still very bullish on them. Brian says Bitcoin is just a speculative investment asset. It can never be a currency with such a huge volatility. Yeah, Brian, it was never designed to be a currency. It's designed to be a store of value like gold. But it will be volatile. Again, my argument is everything is volatile. You saw the stock market go down 30% in March. That's volatile. Gold is seeing drops from $2,000 down to $800. That's volatile. If you're going to expect to make returns on an investment, you're going to have volatility. Okay, so Mike says, always avoided Somo mainly due to high investment threshold. So maybe, I don't know what the investment threshold is. Maybe it's 5,000 pounds alone. I don't know. But he says it's not truly peer-to-peer because you're lending to Somo themselves, which makes it more like a lend invest, where you lend invest the money and they lend it out to people. Says in theory you're protected by a trust structure, but nothing to support that in charges. There is always risk involved. Always. I'll do some more research in there. And Natalie said Ethereum network fees really put me off. They are so high. Yeah, they're tackling that problem. There's going to be new infrastructure changes that are going to make those Ethereum fees drop, because that is one of the issues right now. Ethereum was never supposed to be as high as it was, but that will get taken care of. I really believe that. Tulo got a big up rating from brokers this week, so I may have missed the boat. I know, and the annoying thing is when I bought Tulo at the beginning, I was a little bit unsure about it because I considered it very high risk. So I just dipped my toe in the water, but you know, it is what it is. What site were those comparison graphs on? They look well laid out. Let me look and see. I can tell you. Where is my little... Hang on 1 second. I think it was Y charts. Yeah, Y chart. Gonna look at the prices here. Ycharts.com. It has the price histories. Look at this. I mean, isn't this crazy? Look at Bitcoin's price history going back to February 16th. 32,000 US dollars. That was less than a month ago. We've seen Bitcoin almost double. So, crazy. Again, I still think that we're in the early phases. It's not too late at all. Yes, Mike says, I don't like the FTSE. Saracen too low, FTSE stock. Absolutely agree. I'm saying I don't like the FTSE 100 as a whole. The index, I would not buy an index tracker. There are a couple of UK shares that I've done for this portfolio test, but normally I just don't tend to invest in UK, the FTSE 100. John Cutler said, what percent investment funds do you have or would suggest for Bitcoin? That really depends on you and what your risk tolerance is. I personally don't believe that Bitcoin is risky like everybody else thinks it is. I think it's the risk factor could be less than some stocks and shares that people buy for sure. I have probably like 15% would be my comfort level. The same as it is for peer-to-peer lending. 15% of my liquid net assets I have in cryptocurrency. Same as peer-to-peer. But again, you gotta put in what you think and is going to let you sleep at night. Some people have a higher risk tolerance than others. My risk tolerance has gone a little bit higher than it was as I became more knowledgeable about Bitcoin and what its purpose is in this world. The risk tolerance became more increased for me because I think a lot of it comes down to understanding. If you don't really understand what you're investing in, your risk tolerance tends to be a lot lower. So as you learn more about certain types of products, like I used to think that stock market investing was incredibly risky, just as an overall. And then once I learned about index trackers in the beginning of my investment journey, in my early 40s, then my risk tolerance started to rise up because I understood what the heck index trackers were and why they weren't as risky as I thought they were. But if you're going in blind and you have no idea what any of this crypto stuff is and why it's around and why we need it, the risk tolerance is absolutely going to be a lot lower. So I recommend you put a smaller amount of your percentage in, something that if you were to buy a coin and it goes to zero, it's not going to really change your financial life. I certainly don't think Bitcoin will ever go to zero. I saw a funny video. I think his name was John Penner. He was saying that Vladimir Putin developed Bitcoin, and once we all found out that this was to be the case, that Bitcoin would go to zero. So, I mean, there's always people out there that are going to say things. Could it be true? Who knows? Did Putin... I think Putin is one of these guys that has a massive ego, and if he invented Bitcoin, we sure would know about it by now. But again, put in what you're comfortable with. I never tell people, what they should put in percentage-wise. Chris says, with peer-to-peer lending businesses like Growth Street and RateSetter forsaking the retail market, And others putting lending on hold, leaving a shrinking peer-to-peer marketplace. What are your views on future opportunities? I think that what we are just seeing is a contraction in the market, whereas the strong will survive and the others won't. So the opportunities are going to be in the companies that have some kind of good operating history and have shown that they could ride through this really bad economic period and, number one, take care of their customers, lend to the right people, keep their defaults at a reasonable level, and continue to service their investors. So personally, I'm looking for opportunities in existing places, and that within staying invested through the companies that I've been invested in for a while, that I have faith in as a business long term. If something new comes out, another company that's got some interesting proposition, like I think Lendery is very interesting, I would say, looking at those types of things. But again, keeping the investment, like, don't get greedy. Greed will kill you when it comes to investing, especially in alternative markets. So just keep your investment amount diversified. Don't chase returns. Again, same with stocks and shares. Just because you see a stock starting to race upwards, you don't want to be chasing the return on that stock because it may be too late. So stay diversified. But I think there's opportunities. I mean, the companies I talk about every week on the stream that I invest money in, I think have opportunity there for people who are new to this space. Paul says Bitcoin now £43,000 plus. I'll keep posting on your Facebook page. Yep. I was buying in when the Bitcoin price was £32,000. Everybody was saying, "Oh, it's too expensive. I'm too late," and I still continue to buy. I'll buy now at these levels of 60,000. I'll just keep putting in every month like I do. Strategy has not changed. Mike Powell says new prop land secondary market, priority to auto invest over self-select. Same as crowd property, no? Interesting. Gail Leach, hi, nice to see you, Gail. Thanks for coming and spending your evening with us, Saturday evening. I figured you'd all be out at the pub, but then I remembered, no, you can't go to the pub. I will chat. Yeah, Paul says definitely chat with Narinder about the accounts. I will send him an email. Try bot crypto. What is bot crypto? Maybe you're a bot. Kyle, are you a bot? Are you promoting something? What is bot crypto? Bot crypto is in French. Gain an edge on the market, save time, and seize new opportunities with crypto trading bots. Ugh. That kind of would be fun, I guess, to put a couple of hundred in just to try it. Seems insane, though. I don't know how bot could. I've seen some videos about people that use bots for trading stocks, and it's never gone well. So I don't think I would trust my money to a bot trading crypto. And trading crypto is super risky, anyways. Having a bot do it. I don't know. Automatic trading, currency trading, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Paul says, not feeling warm about the messages coming from the money thing administrators. Yeah, I don't feel warm about any administrators' messages, especially when they send you their fee schedules and say, we've taken out 600 grand in fees out of the pot recovery. I don't know if that's what money thing's going to experience, but wouldn't surprise me. Stuart Fletcher says £5,000 minimum on Somo. There you go. That's why I never invested through them. Thank you for telling us that. Unbolted, what used to be regularly less than £10 in cash in recent weeks has risen to hundreds and not being reinvested fast enough. Now, I guess it depends how big your account is. I mean, if you look at the loan sizes in Unbolted, you can pretty much figure out if you're going in there with £50,000 trying to get it invested, you're probably going to have a hard time because some of the loans, I mean, are relatively small. Let me look at my last Unbolted investment loans. See, you're just not going to get that allocation. Loans. Let's see here. Let's look at the recent loans. That was a pretty big one. 95,000. I'll show you this so you can see it. Let's close this. So £95,000 loan on a Patek Philippe watch. But this tends to be more standard of these loan sizing down here. 1,500, 5,000, 4,900, £1,136. Then you get some of these bigger ones occasionally, but this is the reason why you're not going to see. You're just not going to see if you have a big account balance. You're just not going to get that much money invested. £559 on a tag, 13,000, 2,800, 19. These are really kind of the standard loan sizes: 28, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. So, and then occasionally you have this big one, 77. I guess this is some of the art stuff here. See, this is what scares me: these big loans on books and art and things like that. Here's a £258,000 on a Banksy of 750 of this trolley's color, and he has number 456. Yeah, that stuff really scares me. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about it. Maybe I don't know enough about art, but here's some more. £1,925. There's another one, £2,500. Screen prints. Yeah. But yeah, if you're looking to go into Unbolted with a large account investment, you're probably going to have a hard time getting invested quickly. And you might find out that you got to make sure your account auto invest settings are set correctly, because you don't want to get all of your money invested into like these art loans and not have some diversity into the jewelry pawnbroking side. Somo 5K minimum, not FCA regulated. Ooh, that's interesting. Does FCA regulation really help though? Does it do anything at this point? I guess you'd rather have it than not. Stuart said mostly first charge. Okay. Natalie loves the crystal ball. Thank you. This thing's never failed me since 1982. This ball has been 82% accurate. Brian said, I got £20 out of money thing this week. I expect the administrator to take all the cash out of the business and fees. I've written my loans off now. Yeah, we don't know. Time will tell. You'll be able to write off your losses against your taxes, though. So, John says, if you have a cash balance in Lending Works and it goes bust, is that balance protected? Cash should be. FSCS protected. Take your cash out. If you have a cash balance, take it out. Don't leave it. Don't leave a cash balance in a company unless you're reinvesting. You can get it out quick though. Lending Works has a very fast withdrawal. Hi Hillary, nice to see you. Very late to the party tonight. Why? Were you on the bus? Hey Johnny Burbo, one of my friends here, is in London town. Nice to see you, Johnny. Thanks for tuning in. Gail Leach is in Bulgaria. Interesting. Yeah, Saturdays seem to be about the same popularity for the stream. So maybe we'll vary it up. Maybe some will be on the weekends. But I think once the restrictions in the UK get lifted, everybody will be out on a Saturday night. Nobody will be at home watching this. I was promoting digital art the other week, so real art I reckon is okay. Okay, for one thing, I certainly wasn't promoting it. I wouldn't buy digital art myself, so physical art, not. I don't know. I just don't know enough about it to invest in it. Digital art is very speculative, but we saw a huge transaction. I mean, I couldn't even believe what happened this week. It's so crazy. $69 million of this piece of art. I'll show you the news story. Look at this. It's a file. This is a digital file of art sold for $69 million. Crazy. 180 bids. And there's a really interesting reaction video online you can watch as the artist watches the auction price go from 12 mil all the way up to 69, and you see his reaction. But this is all his creation. I mean, this is a hell of a lot of work. 5,000 days of a collage of all his original art pieces. Definitely a lot went into that, but would I pay $69 million? I mean, it's crazy. So you can see this JPEG was minted in February as a non-fungible token, or an NFT, which is kind of all the rage right now. A digital ledger secured with it as proof of authenticity, ownership. This is going to become more and more popular as time goes on. Still something a lot of people don't understand. But all backed by Ethereum, by the way, which is why I think Ethereum is going to do really well. Chris says, regarding unbolted, my loans are only around £5 a pot. My total is very modest. Yeah, again, it depends on your auto invest setting. First of all, go check that out and see how you have your settings. Because if you're only investing in certain loan criteria, you're going to see it drip in very slowly. So check that out. And again, it's all timing. So do we think Somo is worth putting some money in? I'm not going to invest £5,000 in a loan, one single loan. Because then you need, I mean, in order to be properly diversified, you got to have 50K. You need 10 loans, 50,000. I'm certainly not putting 50,000 in the Somo. But if you're a high net worth investor who has sitting on Scrooge McDuck type money, 50 million, then 50K would be nothing for you. I'm not saying, I don't know anything about the company aside of what I've read on the comments. Not having FCA regulation, that's not the greatest thing. Depends on what they're loaning against. I haven't looked at their loans. But again, like if you have not dipped your toe into the cryptocurrency situation, don't think that you're too late right now. My life predictions on this thing is going to be, I think, in the millions at some point. It's just what I think is going to happen to it. Anywhere from $1 million up to, who knows, crazy things happen. $15 million for a Bitcoin could happen. We'll see. 75 grand, I think, possibility within the next couple of months. 100 to 300K by the end of 2021. Definitely not too late. I think it's still a very, very misunderstood asset class that we are lucky to have in our lifetime now at this point. So I think that's going to do it. We've been on for way too long. God, whatever happened to the hour? Thank you very much. I'll see you on the 18th of March. Don't forget, come back, tune in on the 18th of March, because we're going to be giving away lots and lots of crypto. I mean, not lots and lots, but a good amount of cryptocurrency on the stream to say thank you for our 1,000 subscriber. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notified when new videos come out on the channel. But thank you so much for everybody spending the evening with me. I really appreciate every single one of you. I love interacting with you and bringing you this information. I try to be as concise, and sometimes that doesn't happen. We just tend to drag on because it's fun. Anyways, what else do we have to do on a Saturday? But come back on the 18th, get your cryptocurrency wallet set up through Coinbase. You can go to financialthing.com, go to the cashback page at Financial Thing. I'll put the link in the chat, and you can get yourself a bonus on a Coinbase account if you invest £71. Get yourself £7 of free cryptocurrency. And even if you don't get yourself a wallet, you can get wallets through other places too, wallet addresses through Binance if you want. Personally, I use Coinbase. I find them to be the most simplest, and I have videos on how to do that. Here's the link to Coinbase if you want to score yourself some free cryptocurrency. But I will see you on Thursday, March the 18th, 7:30 p.m. sharp. And we'll be spinning the prize wheel. It's going to be a fun night. We'll talk about, of course, anything develops in the peer-to-peer lending world or in the stock market world. By the way, we hit the highs too. We hit the highs too in the stock market this week in the S&P 500. That was exciting. It's been a crazy year. I mean, to go from, 19,000 in the Dow up to 33 in one year has been crazy. I mean, these highs are ridiculous, but it's a good time to be an investor. Is it going to continue? Who knows? Who knows? There's a lot of economic turmoil out there. I wouldn't be surprised to see another big stock market correction at some point when the money stops getting pumped in, but that's conversation for another evening. So we're going to call it a night. Thank you again. Come back on Thursday. Every Thursday we're here, except sometimes on a Saturday. And thanks to everybody for coming. And I will see you on Thursday. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there. And remember, there's more to life than money.